Hello, Cancer Rising. Great to see you. My name is Chloe. Welcome to your astrology report, tarot reading, and cosmic energy forecast for Sagittarius season. Thank you so much for tuning in today. The deck we'll be working with for your reading is the Witch's Wisdom Tarot, which is a beautiful witchcraft, earth magic based tarot. It comes from Hay House, so it's mass market. Definitely suggest you pick this one up if you resonate with the imagery. It's a stunning, stunning deck that really wanted to be involved with this reading today. There are two offerings I'm promoting this season. I have a year ahead forecast for astrology that's available on my website, or you can purchase a gift card. It makes a wonderful gift. Don't forget about experiential gifts. Receiving a year ahead astrology forecast reading is a wonderful gift to both give and receive. You can purchase one for yourself as well. Obviously, it's a private session and very comprehensive and deluxe as far as I've done the market research and I've seen what's out there. There are lots of options for year ahead readings, but this one is particularly unique. We'll follow all 12 sun seasons. We'll tune into all 13 moons together, and I'll be able to share cosmic guidance, psychic insight on the energies that are moving in, how you can harness that power, and of course the energies that are moving out, supporting you in releasing what no longer serves, right? The other offering I'm promoting is a dark moon circle. It's called the Dark Garden. We'll be meeting online on the 28th of November. And the dark moon will be in Scorpio. So it's very much going to be supporting us in yeah, what we want to leave behind, what we're not bringing into Sagittarius season, what we're not bringing into 2025. We work with goddess energy, elemental support, of course. I'll be sharing the current astrology, and it's a very private and very intimate space. So if that resonates, I definitely recommend you sign up for the Dark Garden. My Dark Moon Circle, very much, yeah, my favorite moon phase for sure. Any questions, you can send me a message as well. So I have a lot of like here, I'll share the cards with you. We've got two majors, which is pretty substantial, and then one minor card. With the Witch's Wisdom Tarot, there's an interesting system. It is tarot, but she has the brilliant author has reversed the order of the major cards. So you have like the first card is actually the world, which typically would be the last card. And she's like burning it all down and walking away. And it's like a journey back to the fool. Absolutely brilliant. And then in the minor cards, we have more traditional, but then you have the elements instead of the symbols that represent them. So the Eight of Cups is called the Eight of Water, right? So with the minor cards, it does follow the same system, but we have a little bit of a reversal when it comes to the major. So that adds an extra special dynamic layer to the reading. And I haven't been getting a lot of major cards yet. So this is really interesting for you, Cancer Rising. So I've got the Eight of Water or Eight of Cups. I have the Great Mother, and then I have the shaman as well. So those are the three tarot cards that I have selected for you. So these are going to be like the Empress. The Great Mother, of course, is like the Empress. And then the shaman would be like the Hierophant, right? So there's a lot here about, trusting your own divine intuition, your own ability to create and manifest at your will. But also too, like potentially working with a mentor or you yourself being a mentor. There's an element of tradition as well too. It is your sixth house that is activated this month. The Sun and Mercury in Sagittarius will be activating your sixth house, which in modern astrology is associated with Virgo, right? So Virgo is very much that like practical, back to school. It's ritual and routine. It's mastery, right? It's doing the same thing again and again, practicing until you have reached a certain, certain level of expertise. So it's an interesting combination of cards because you have like sometimes the Hierophant or the shaman would be known as the teacher or like this element of like respecting tradition, but it can also be like releasing dogmatic teachings or traditions that don't actually resonate with you. And especially in conjunction with like the Eight of Water, which is a Pisces card, a beautiful card that shows us walking away from what doesn't serve us and like going towards the next chapter, right? Everyone astrologically is experiencing a Jupiter Mercury opposition for the beginning of Sagittarius season. So for you, this is your sixth and your 12th house, which is activated. So you have, of course, that like practical aspect related to Virgo, and then the sister sign of Pisces, which rules the 12th house, right? So that's much more like spiritual and psychic and like that like cosmic energy of we are all one and surrendering to the flow, surrendering to the bliss, right? That oppositional or sister sign, of the sixth house, right? So we all have an opportunity to be curious about new beliefs, new mindset, really, really growing in and embracing the opportunities that we're going to be given to have a new perspective on things. So with you, this like element of your creative and intuitive inner world being like sparked and having that desire and trusting yourself, having that capability. Like I love that. But then also too, like potentially it could be a mentor that influences you. So if you are in that type of relationship at this point, just consider like my mentee might be sharing something with me that's really going to broaden my perspective, or my mentor might be sharing something with me that's really going to broaden my perspective, because it shows that there's energy moving out, but then there's like this abundance of creative potential and this opportunity to to trust your instincts, to trust your intuition, and it's all within that realm of the sixth house or a Virgo, that traditional element of like learning and teaching. So I'm really curious what situations you're going to find yourself in. And I have a feeling that for some of you, it is going to be a bit of a role reversal, and that, like, if you yourself are a teacher or a mentor or guide, as so many of you are, that it could be perhaps your student or that person who is in that relationship to you, that they're the one who's able to broaden your perspective. And you are cosmically supported in the refinement, right? The refinement that the sixth house brings of like, and the card, I mean, as well, like they're definitely, going back out to sea, these turtles, right? Like they're doing their like hatching thing. Like it's difficult, but they know that it's what's best. And it's like it's the evolution. That's just nature. It's how you survive. It's how you evolve. So we're all being invited to let things go in the realm of the mindset and the beliefs. And that's very much what Sagittarius season relates to. And it's very much what this Sagittarius Gemini channel of opposition between Mercury, who's communication, learning, but also quite neutral, in that oppositional channel. Of Jupiter, which is your mindset and your beliefs and your ability to expand there. And they're having a mutual reception, right? Like Jupiter is the planet of Sagittarius and Mercury is the planet of Gemini, and those planets are in each other's signs, right? Which can definitely be tricky, but I feel like the Sag Gemini axis is definitely one of the more easeful, one of the more harmonious ones to embody. And those planets as well are not difficult together. The way some planets might be a bit more challenging, like Jupiter and Saturn, right? Like there's clearly some like more oppositional vibes going on there, right? So this is definitely an easeful opposition, and oppositions do bring an element of challenge. So I invite you, just to have this awareness, like I'm going to be in a situation that is, conducive to learning, to studying, to mastering your craft, and things are going to come up. Things are going to come up in your awareness that are going to provoke you when it comes to like growth and your mindset and that sort of thing. So trusting your intuition, understanding that, we have worked for things. That doesn't mean that just because they're dropping off or the energy is deflated and you're moving on to the next chapter doesn't mean that didn't serve us. Like it got us to where we are now, and that's beautiful, right? So I think we can all struggle with knowing when to call it quits or leaving things behind. And you Cancer rising, I mean, you're no different. We all have that. But I love this like sixth and 12th house oppositional channel for you of like, yeah, being in these situations that could be they could be, yeah, just routine, but they could also be ritual as well too. And that bridge between the ninth and the 12th house is absolutely ritual because rituals are routines. Like we do the same things again and again and again, and that's what makes them so potent and that's what makes them so magical, right? So I hope that this was supportive for you. I would love to know your comments. It's so interesting how this comes up because it's like yeah, very much shows you in like a formal or traditional setting where there's being ideas exchanged and learning exchanged, and you're gonna like have your mind blown in a good way. But then there's also going to be that resistance of like, I used to think this. Do I still think this? Like questioning your beliefs. But that's okay. Like you can hold on to some of them. It's not like you're necessarily going to be a completely different person after this transit, but you might be. All of us are going through this channel of change and this opportunity for rewiring the mindset. But for you, it does land in that realm of that, that exchange of ideas, that exchange of support where I'm suggesting like, mentor, mentee, student, teacher, that kind of relationship. Yeah, so let me know if this lands. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to leave it there for now, Cancer Rising, but I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the collective energy forecast as well.